So you keep ending up at the same place. You get some momentum, things start going well, and then almost like clockwork, you do something that pulls you right back down. You ghost the opportunity, you numb out, you pick a fight, you binge, you go back to the very thing that you swore you were done with. And the worst part is, you know exactly what you're doing while you're doing it, and you can't seem to stop. You've probably called yourself lazy, weak, undisciplined, broken. You've probably looked at other people and thought, they just seem to decide something and do it. What's wrong with me? Why can't I do that? The question, what's wrong with me, is one of the deepest lies that's running your life. There's nothing wrong with you. There's something unseen in you. And the unseen part is what we're going to be talking about today. In this video, I'm going to show you why you keep sabotaging yourself right before life gets good, and why that pattern is not a random flaw, but a very precise survival strategy that your system learned a long time ago. So we have to go back not to the last time you sabotaged, but to the first time your nervous system learned that being fully alive, fully seen, fully honest was actually dangerous. Maybe if you're like me, you grew up in a house where one person's mood controlled the entire atmosphere. The volume of footsteps on the stairs changed your heart rate. The way a door closed told you that whether it was going to be a calm evening or a war zone. Maybe you had that one parent whose anger could flip in a second, one comment, one need, one "I'm tired, can we go home?" and suddenly you're being screamed at, threatened, humiliated. Maybe you watch your siblings get destroyed for stepping even a little bit out of line. The message your system learned was simple. Do not be a problem. Do not make waves. Do not be too much. Do not be too visible. Stay small, stay quiet, and stay safe. Now let's fast forward into adulthood. On the surface, you've escaped that environment. You're in your own job. You're in your own relationship, maybe your own home. You have dreams, you want more, you want to build something, you want to speak, earn, and live. Consciously, you're pushing that accelerator. But underneath, there's that nervous system that's still there, that believes with absolute certainty that standing out, succeeding, expressing yourself, or taking up space is dangerous. So what happens when life starts to go well? You get the opportunity, the partner, the clients, the money. Your conscious mind is excited, but your body remembers what happened the last time you were too much, too loud, too visible. It remembers the threat. It remembers the shame. It remembers the punishment, and it slams on the brakes. Self-sabotage is that slam. It's the emergency brake your unconscious pulls when it thinks you're driving too fast towards a cliff, even if you're actually driving towards your dream life. I want you to really take this in. Your sabotage is not designed to hurt you. It's designed to protect you from the things that used to be dangerous, but no longer are. To your system, success feels like danger. Visibility feels like danger. Anything positive feels like danger. Saying no feels like danger. So you're not failing at being disciplined. You're succeeding at staying safe according to an old and outdated map. And this is why willpower alone doesn't work. You can write all the goals you want, listen to the motivational speeches, force yourself into new habits, and you might even hold it together for a while. But if that part of you that believes that safety lives in smallness and chaos hasn't been seen and worked with, it will find a way to pull you back. Think about that time you were close to something good. Maybe you were finally starting to make money. Maybe you met someone who treated you better than you're used to. Maybe you actually showed up consistently for a project for a few weeks. And then what happened right before you quit? If you slow that moment down, you'll realize something. It's not random. There was a feeling in your body, a tightness, a restlessness, a kind of pressure, a voice that said that this is too much and this is going to go wrong. Feeling and that voice, what I call your shadow protectors. They are the part of you that were born at very specific moments. The night you were humiliated in front of your family, the time you were punished for telling the truth, and the moment someone important to you abandoned you right before you let your guard down. Those parts decided, never again will I let us walk into that amount of pain. And they took on jobs. I will make you procrastinate when you're about to be seen. I will make you pick a fight when someone is getting close enough. Most people try to fight these parts like enemies. They try to crush their sabotage with discipline, shame, and more self-hatred. But you can't beat a survival strategy with self-abuse. All that does is confirm those parts already believe that the world is hostile and you're alone. So what's the alternative? The first step is radical honesty, not performative honesty, radical honesty. That means being willing to sit down and actually map out your sabotage patterns without sugarcoating, without justifying, without turning it into a story about how horrible you are. You're not horrible, you're patterned. So here's a simple exercise I want you to start with after this video. Take a piece of paper and draw 3 columns. On the first column, I want you to write, when things start going well, ... In that column, list specific situations. When I'm about to launch something, when someone compliments me, when I've been consistent for 3 weeks, when I start feeling close to someone, when I've got more money in my account than usual. In the second column, write what I usually do next and be brutally specific. I binge YouTube for hours. I start scrolling and eating crap. I pick fights. I convince myself I need to rest and I never come back. And then in the third column, write what I might be afraid of underneath. And here I want you to guess. You don't need to be perfectly right, just be honest. So for example, you can write things like, I'm afraid that people will see me as a fraud. I'm afraid my family will reject me if I become successful. I'm afraid that this person will leave, so I'll leave first. What you're doing with this exercise is you're taking your sabotage out of the shadows and putting it on the paper where you can see it. You can transform what you refuse to look at. The second step is to drop the moral judgment and adopt a different question. Instead of, why am I like this? Ask, what is this trying to protect me from? That one question can change everything. The moment you stop seeing your sabotage as an enemy and start seeing it as a scared bodyguard that's been working overtime since you were a child, something softens. You can actually hold yourself accountable, and it's not an excuse to keep doing the same things, but you stop attacking yourself for having a nervous system that did its job under extreme conditions. So for now, I want you to do 2 things. First, do that 3-column exercise. Give yourself 20 minutes. Don't overthink, just write. If you feel resistance, good. That's what we're here for. And secondly, in the comments, if you're brave enough, share 1 line from your 3rd column. Just 1 sentence that starts with, underneath, I'm afraid that. You don't have to share the whole story, just name the fear and you'll be surprised at how many people will recognize themselves with your words. If this landed with you, if you felt called out in a way that actually felt like relief, then subscribe and turn on the notifications, because in the next video, we're going to be going deeper into one of the most common roots of self-sabotage. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.